Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. I know it's kind of a bummer that it's an asynchronous day again. Believe me, we did not want it to be. But in any case, I want to show you what you need to be doing today in order to be successful for the next few days in school on Monday and Tuesday, especially if I'm going to see you in person. So, if you go into your materials page, and everyone, I'm just using period 1 as an example, okay? Of course, if you're in period 2, 3, or 4, it would be the same exact thing for you. You want to go into the Blue Friday folder, and you want to click open 4-9. So on the attendance, you definitely want to sign in, okay? This will make sure that you are here. Failure to do this will count as an absence. So you want to put your first and last name in the box and submit. That's it. You don't need to submit again. Go back into the folder, and this is the video you're watching right now. So don't worry about that. Look at today's agenda. Continue writing your compare contrast paragraphs. So some of us didn't finish the Venn diagrams yesterday. That's fine. Complete those. Then what you might want to do is message me or Miss Maltese to look at your Venn diagram. If we're like, hey, it's good to go, you can submit that, right? And start working on your paragraphs. If you don't want to submit it because it's kind of a pain, right? Because you have to go to office.com if you submit it, then don't submit it yet, right? It's not due until the paper is due. So you want to make sure that you have this document open, the hanging fire annotation, okay? And a lot of you already submitted this, so I'm going to show you how to access it through your OneDrive. And then you also want to have your teenager's annotation document open. And then the Venn diagram that we were working on yesterday is also there. So you want to come down to the graphic organizer and open the graphic organizer as well. And then finally, I would like you to look at the new stuff that is in this folder. So we have a paragraph frame for comparing and a paragraph frame for contrasting. Okay, you can open this up and you can literally just fill in the blanks if you'd like. You can use this exact frame, okay, with your information. The same thing is true for the contrasting paragraph, okay? You can open this up and you can just copy it and fill in the blanks, okay? You're like, Miss Katz, where does this all go? So we have a document for you, and it's called Compare Contrast Small Essay, right? So you want to definitely open this up as well. I know it's a lot of tabs up here. I know it's a lot of stuff open. So just take it one step at a time. You open up the compare and contrast, okay? The prompt is right here. This is what you're answering. It says write a paragraph to compare and one to contrast the experience of the speakers in each poem. Right? That's why on this side and on this side, I asked you to answer those questions, right? I said, identify the problem in each poem and tell us about the experience of each speaker in the poem, right? So questions to help you with this are the speakers the same, right? What experiences do they seem to go through? What are they struggling with in the poem? Include text evidence. Guys, evidence is your best friend this time, right? Using a direct quote from the poem, okay? We give you some introduction starters, right? You want to make sure you always tell us what the titles and the poets are. When you're doing the contrasting paragraph, because comparing is much easier, right? Because you're saying that there's two things that are the same in each poem, right? So we gave you some questions to think about in order to help you make your contrasting paragraphs. So we're asking, is the speaker a teen or adult? What experience are they having and what are they struggling with? If you got that onto your Venn diagrams, you should have no problem answering these questions. Maybe you just need to find some evidence, okay? Then we give you this question to answer for your like conclusion wrap up sentence, right? This is talking about theme. what can Audre Lorde and Pat Mora teach us about communication during adolescence? When you're done, right, you can draft it here. So you would start with a small introduction. You would do your compare paragraph, then you could do your contrasting paragraph, or you could do vice versa. And that's it, right? And your conclusion goes in your second paragraph. So your intro goes in your first paragraph, and your conclusion goes in your second paragraph. We've also given you some words that you can use for comparing and contrasting. So we don't expect anybody to get through this entire thing today, and that's all right. But our expectation is that you get the Venn diagram done, okay? And hopefully you will be able to fill this out. That way, come Monday, you can write a draft here. And then come Tuesday, we'll do some editing in class, okay? And then you'll publish it, which means you'll turn this in, okay? And the final draft will go down here at the bottom once you've edited everything from this draft here, okay? For each step, right? So to move on from the Venn diagram, you have to get the okay from me or Miss Maltese. To move on from this part, right, this kind of graphic organizer part to the draft, you have to get mine and Miss Maltese's okay. So one of us has to say, yeah, you're good. And then to make it a final draft from here to here, you need to make sure that you check in with us as well, okay? If you don't, I will say that you may not get things correct, right? You may get points deducted because you didn't have things edited and things like that, or you're missing information. So please, please, please message us, okay? With that being said, that's really what you're focusing on today. Your goals are to finish this for sure and hopefully finish this. Guys, if you spend an hour on it, just like the class time, right? We don't even usually have an hour in class. We usually only have about 50 minutes or 45 minutes once we get fully started. So give yourself the hour today to do this. And I'm telling you, it is plenty of time to do it. Please reach out to me or Miss Maltese on one of our platforms, okay, if you need help. So Instagram, Twitter for me, email, Google Voice for me, or email or Google Voice, or Schoology, right, for both of us. Either way, we'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible. All right? Have a great day, guys.